folks, George Morgan here. Welcome back to G1 Gamer. Yes, we're back once again with yet another episode in our series on G1 Jockey for 2008. And I must say, it's been a remarkable ride already. Getting near enough a perfect start. Riding school may not have led to us winning the, should we say, championship in the riding school sense. Obviously, not necessarily the championship we're chasing, because, of course, initially that's the apprentice championship in our first year as a professional jockey, and the overall jockeys championship, of course, as well later on. But we managed to get a win in our very first ride in episode 1, which was unbelievable. What a way to start. You don't get momentum much better than that. Broncone taking us to the winning post and also to our very first win. I'm looking forward to seeing what we can do this time. Obviously, we have a whole month of March to get through, and that is how we're going to be doing these episodes, folks. Month by month. So you're talking 12 episodes a season, pretty much anyway, apart from the first season, because, of course, things pretty much get started in February, so it's going to be a little bit shorter than that. But still, it's going to be great, and I can't wait to see how we're going to get on. Obviously, plenty of rides to pick from, plenty of horses to certainly race on. Can we keep this 100% winning streak going? I doubt it, but it's a possibility. Frankie Dettori did the 7 out of 7 after all at Royal Ascot, and that was phenomenal. I've rewatched that no end of times. Let's see if we can pull that off. But anyway, regardless, if you haven't done so already, please make sure that you leave a like and also subscribe to the channel as well. If you've enjoyed the video, let me know in the comment section your thoughts as well. Are you enjoying the series? Tell me some features that you enjoy out of horse racing games, whether it be G1 Jockey, Gallop Racer. Let me know down below. And are you looking forward to Full Stride? Let me know as well, folks. That is going to be a really extraordinary game, I think, on the Unreal Engine 5. And we will do a video on that in the not too distant future. But anyway, let's get stuck in. So, folks, we move into the month of March now. 4 weeks of racing, and it's going to be special, I'm sure. We've got 3 rides for the first week. We're going to be kicking things off over 1800 in our maiden on the first race on the card, and our first race on the card as well at Lancaster. We are going to be riding a horse called Petit à Petit. That is our only ride on day 1. We then move on to day 2 at Lancaster, and the second race on the card, a maiden stakes over 1200 with Salesman, quite apt, as that was my first job when I started work out of school. Then we have our feature race, our first group race as a jockey as well, the Arcturus Handicap, G3 over 2000 and Sharpen Impact, a horse that could yet make an impact. Let's find out together. Right, so kicking things off, Petit à Petit, a couple of issues there. Obviously, spurt and fast pace goes against it, and especially over firm ground, we can imagine that the horses are going to go at a fairly strong gallop, so that might go against the horse. Obedience and Spirit and Fade as well, though, go with it, so I'm relatively positive. We are second favourites, of course. We'll take a look at the favourite in the field, and it is Ruby Legend. Stefan Clement in the saddle. Also has Spirit and Spurt against it, but Fade in its pocket, which make things a little complicated, certainly when you consider that this horse likes to drop in as opposed to lead the way up at the very front. Really doesn't cope in any other position than being sat in behind the lead runner. So it may be a favourite that falls off. We'll wait and see. The lead runner, we're basically applying the same tactics as the favourite here. We've got a little bit more juice in the tank. Plenty more for this horse to give. Okay, now they're kicking. So we're going to kick as well. Come on. Oh, so close, third place. It was a 3-way tie-up towards the finish line. Ruby Legend didn't get that one. Right, moving on. Salesman, third favourite for this race. A maiden over 1200 and on fair and firm ground. Spirit and Fade obviously go against it. Spurt and Start, though, very good. And generally our starts are pretty decent too. He likes to be positioned just in behind the mid-pack. So hopefully we can just find our feet in that position, just grow the potential as the race goes on. The favourite for this one, Mystery Energy, ridden by Edgar Steen. Obviously power and spirit in its back pocket, likes to lead the race. I'm expecting this horse to dominate right through, but the overall rating suggests that it could be a closer race than we think. Just going to quickly move up the order now. Might be able to sleuth up the inside here. This might actually be quite useful. There's a little gap starting to form. I'm going to pounce on it straight away if we can. Right, let's get a move on. Favourites kicking on already. Remember, we are third favourite for this race. As to whether we get third, or get the status of third favourite, I don't think we will. It's going to be a tough finish. We were mugged up towards the line, 8th place. Right, Sharpen Impact, first G race, and we're not on a should we say, a horse that's necessarily going to be the pick of the bunch, but Emma Flynn just dropping by and saying, George, how are you? This is your first G race, isn't it? And if you just relax and approach this race like all the others, I'm sure you'll be fine. Good luck. David Atkinson saying, so this is your first G race. Everybody's attention is going to be on you from now on, George, so you need to do well. Good luck. I mean, our horse isn't expected to do much, of course, coming into the twilight of its career. 6-year-old at this stage on the flat. Generally speaking, you tend to see the horses firing on all cylinders from the realms of 3 to 4. I mean, that's probably a lie. I've seen plenty of 6-year-olds and even 7, 8, 9-year-olds. I mean, just look at the Tatlin, for example, that won, I think its last race as a 13-year-old. Unbelievable. But we'll have a look now at the favourite for this one, which is Stratagem, and no question this horse is going to be the one to beat. Terry Moore in the saddle, decent jockey, obedience, power, toughness, soft. This horse has everything going for it, and in the red blinkers, I see this one certainly going all the way. Give it to me! Obviously, we're expected to lead right at the start. Can be positioned behind the lead runners, but I think, generally speaking, we are expected to take up the running. The leader kind of getting away a little bit there. I think we're going at a pretty sensible gallop at the moment. Just coming through the left-hander now. Just trying to balance the horse in a nice, sensible posse. I don't want us really running away with it too much. You just sort of get an understanding that burning too much too early can be the death of you, especially in competition like this. You need a few things to go your way. Trying to lurch our way towards the inside route. I'm just going to position myself behind the lead runners. I just think this is probably the better course of action. Stratagem now starting to move around the outside and looking menacing, I must say. Terry Moore giving this horse a great ride, as he probably, you would expect him to do so. It's now through towards the next left. Few horses getting caught up in behind as well. I'm just going to try and hold position. Save the best till last. Ultimately, anything better than 14th is decent in my book. We're giving it a good go. Right to the line. Oh, I tell you what, 10th place, I'll take that all day long. I will take that all day long. So, folks, moving into week 2 and a nice collective of runners we have over 2 days. Kicking things off, only 2 runners on day 1, the majority on day 2. But on the second race on the card at Bologna, we have maiden stakes action with Cindrillion. Now, there is a horse called Gladys Royal in this one. We were offered the ride. We could have proposed to take the ride, but the problem is we didn't have enough riding points. We are in our infancy as a jockey, so we need time really to boost our allocation of riding points so we can ask for rides like that. But Cindrillion, we were offered him as well. That was a request to ride, so we didn't pay anything in terms of riding points to get that one. Over 1,800. Gladys Royal is going to be the one to beat. Cindrillion, I don't think for 1 minute has a chance in that one, but maybe second is the best we're going to get. We'll find out now very soon. Bologna Fillies Handicap over 1,800. That's the G3 race in the gold, and I'm hoping it's going to turn to gold as well in that Bologna Fillies Handicap. We then move into day 2, maiden stakes action with Familiar Noble as well over 2,000. I think that's a horse with a great chance. Class D stakes action as well over 1,800. Halation, my pick of any runner we have coming into this week's action. And then, of course, Class B stakes at Bologna, 6th race on the card, over 2,200. New York Sun for LeBlanc. Now, that will give us an opportunity to obviously get back in LeBlanc's good books after our tough first ride with him. Bologna Sprint Stakes action in the G3. Fair Spoken, a talented sort, I must say, and over 1,200. I would also give this horse a great chance in group action. We could get our first group race win here and now in week 2. And remember, we are up against Brian Thomas to see whether we can get our first G race win or even a Class A win. That could easily come as well. Right, so kicking things off, Cindrillion, and like I expected, we are second favourite for this one, a horse that likes to run over this distance, but also strong in the spurt, not so good in the fade, so we'll be tracking the lead runners. I'm going to try and drop out with this horse like I should have done probably earlier on, try and take the outside line as opposed to staying on the inside rail. We can see that the favourite, this horse, like I said before, Gladys Royal, the one to watch, power, spirit, it's got it. 78 rated already in maiden stakes action. This young horse packs a huge amount of potential. It's only going to grow, only in its young days at the moment. 3-year-old colts, probably barely raced, I would say. Obviously not raced as a 2-year-old or anything, but obviously we'll have a great chance in going on to doing great things. Gary Hansen in the saddle, one of the best jockeys you'll see in the G1 Jockey franchise as well. So I have no doubts that Gladys Royal's going to be up there. We're going to see Gladys Royal now shortly. There he is. Well, there she is even. Getting closer and closer. Let's see if I can just pick up the pace now. This is probably the time. We're going to go for more pace. Now is the time to do it. Okay, try and kick on now this time. At least give Gladys Rawle a race. And that's exactly what we're doing right now, folks. Not bad at all. Fantastic finish. We gave Gladys Rawle at least something. I mean, it finished, you know, lengths ahead, but 2.5 lengths was the eventual distance. Right, in the gold, G3 Action, we're predicted to come 7th in this one. A front runner, doesn't like to be anywhere else, really. And the distance, likes the distance. Toughness and spurt go against it. Fade is a positive, though. In terms of other runners, we do have Perella Thorpe. This horse, oh my goodness me. I mean, if Alan Quinn can't get a victory out of this one, I will be shocked. Obedience, Power, Spurt. Looks really strong. Fade, not so good, but there again, when you've got the spurt and you're looking to move from the back, who needs fade? At that point, you're going to have a huge amount of potential, you'd like to think, down the long straight. So Alan Quinn, I'm sure, is going to be an outright menace for this race. So we'll wait and see what he delivers. 5-year-old mare has seen a lot of action, probably coming into the best point of its career, probably reached its peak, but you never know. You know, horses can chop and change, you know, at random, generally. But we could have a good race in the gold. I mean, if we can get a place, I think that would be more than what we deserve. Right, brilliant start. We get away nicely. So, just as long as we can keep this up. Familiar colours there further up as well. For those of you who watched the Broncone victory from episode 1, you'll recognise those colours just in front. The yellow and the black hoops, or the circles that are on the torso. Those are the same silks we wore to victory at Bologna as well. So warm memories at this race course. Now we're not in front, which might be a concern, but more about just managing this pace. I just don't want us to get caught blindsided late on. I'm just a little bit concerned about the stamina effects. Obviously, I know this horse likes the trip, but at the same time, last thing you want to do is leave yourself exposed. We're going to be in for a fight, I think, at the end of this one. Okay, let's go. I think we're going to be in for a little bit more than just a fight, I think. Here we go. We're going to get stuck in here now. Can we dig up for anything more? P9. And it will be the favourite, Perella Thorpe, that takes the win. Right, Familiar Noble, second favourite for this race. I think this horse has a great chance of doing well in this one over 2,000. Fair conditions, firm ground. We'll take a look at the favourites as well. It's First Minstrel. How many of you remember this horse from our last save from last year? Yellow and blue colours this time. Of course, many of you might remember the pink and black, or the pink and grey that we had in the save on Champion Jockey last year. And First Minstrel, of course, one of our top horses, the legend of the series, and a multi-time Group 1 winner as well. But this time in maiden stakes action, this is First Minstrel as a young horse, a young 3-year-old colt, as opposed to the veteran that he was in Champion Jockey last year. So we go back a game cycle, and we see First Minstrel in his youthful prime. Let's see how good he is now. I might be able to thread something through here. I'm going to kick on now and get a little bit closer. I might be able to outfox them all with a bit of luck. I just need a little bit of room, ideally, if I can find some. You never know. Minstrel is the one to beat, but we are right there and fighting with the best of them here. Come on, Familiar Noble. Come on. I think Minstrel's got it. He has. Familiar Noble second. We got the most out of the horse, I think, but it was a great effort. I think very smart thinking, finding the gap on the inside. We were only a length behind. And bear in mind, Minstrel, a far better horse than Familiar Noble. Right, Halation, and no question, the favourite for this one. And I'm really excited. Of course, a leader of the pack, you'd fathom. I think this horse stands a good chance of a win. Could be our second win in our career mode at the start of our first campaign here in Season 1. Let's see how we get on. I really do fancy this horse to do well. Spurt goes against it, fade in its pocket. But if you've got the fade and you're leading, then there's no need for the spurt, is there? It's going to be a very tough horse to beat down the straight. Let's get stuck in. 1,800 to take around Bologna. They're joining us for the ride as well. We've got a short distance to go. Okay. 2 furlongs to go now. Quite a few now, bringing the stick out. Now's the time to go. Come on, Elation. Let's see if we can cause a storm here at Bologna. Take a win for the punters. Yes, the favourite gets it. Second win in season 1. Right, New York Sun, Class B Stakes, 2,200. Obviously, expected to finish 10th. One of the back markers, really. I think it's going to be a tough one for us, I think, for this one. State Collection is, of course, the favourite. 65 rated. Can't see past this one. Philip Stewart in the saddle. Has undone us before, Philip Stewart. So I have no doubts that he's probably going to do well again this time. Let's get stuck in for this bit. See whether we can find some extra ground. This is where the... See if the dropout works. Come on! Come on! Come on! Come on! Come on, let's finish strong! Oh, just give it a good go. 10th, just could not quite find the pace. Right, here we go. More group action, and it's fair spoken, and we're on the favourite, folks, for this G3 race. Very exciting. Lights to track the lead runners. We're very good at these as well. So I'd like to think we'll give this horse a good go. It's just going to be set in place just behind the first 2. Obviously, number 2, Wide Clear, who will likely take up the running. And ironically, Philip Stewart behind this horse as well. And we've got Preternaturally. Preternaturally, I think. Very complex name for Harry Griffith to deal with there. But, yeah, expected to come 5th in this one. Other horses to watch out for, Rust Proof and Charlie Cholwin. Of course, Charlie Cholwin, a fantastic jockey. One of the best as well on G1 Jockey and has been ever since the first game was released. G1 Jockey 1, of course, you'd feature him with the likes of Gary Hansen and, of course, not to mention Lance Hamilton. And, of course, Collins as well is a fantastic... William Collins is a fantastic jockey. But we're on a good horse here, and I think we can do something top-rated, fair-spoken. Let's go. And they're off. Here we go. Let's make this a good ride. Just track those lead runners, just as nature intended. We've got a good draw for this race. Inside, so we're straight on the rail, which is just where you want to be in scenarios like this. So we're going to see if we can make the most of it now. Things will move very quickly in these very short races. Got a little bit of fuel left in the tank here with Fair Spoken. I'm going to try and cart up the inside now. Got that favourable line. Going to sneak up the inside. Plenty of juice available. Fair Spoken's ready to go. Here we are now. Let's pick up the momentum. The horse is on his own. And straight to the finish line. A group race winner. Nothing quite like Fair Spoken. Not in this race anyway. A victory here in the G3, the Bologna Sprint Stakes. And a very happy Peter Morgan. Haha, you were the favourite, so I wasn't expecting anything less. Finishing ahead by a neck of Killer Honest as well. No sign of Charlie Cholwin at all. And we're given the horse Fair Spoken. We are the regular jockey for this fantastic quality horse that we're going to be riding now. Going onwards and upwards, I'm sure. I would imagine Group 3 competition is probably the best it'll get to, but still, always great to get them when you can. And this puts us certainly one up in the group competition as well. Finishing ahead of Killer Honest, a test, Screen Hill. Really shocked at the second favourite, Rust Proof, down in 13th place for Charlie Cholwin. And it just goes to show how competitive that field really is. Group 3s arguably can be the most competitive races you'll get on G1 Jockey, and I think this proves it. So, congratulations on winning your first G race, George. I'm sure people will be talking about you after this, but if you want to really impress them, then you need to win a G1 race. Looks like no rest for you. Big thank you to Peter for that. Obviously, yeah, G1 has got to be on the cards. David Atkinson, it's too early for me to be praising George yet. Not until you win a G1 race, that is. Don't listen to him, George. David is just being stingy with the praise because he has high expectations for you. I agree, Emma. I, on the other hand, I'm not so harsh. Congratulations on winning your first G race, George. Of course, I want you to win your first G1 race just as much as he does. Now, go out there and don't let your two best fans down. There we are, both David Atkinson and Emma Flynn. applying a little bit of goodwill and humour for us as well. Great result for Fair Spoken, and I hope there's more to come. So we meet our fellow jockeys from riding school now. Congratulations on your first G-Race victory, George. You're the first among us to win a G-Race. So we beat them all to the punch, eh? Brilliant stuff. Always like to be first on the scenes. Well, there we go. So we got a draw with Brian Thomas because he won the Frisia Stakes. Okay, folks, just the one ride here for week 3, and it's in a big one, Victoria Cup. This is the highest we can go at the moment because we need 30 race wins before we can even qualify to go on to race in G1. So the G2s at the moment are the highest races we can get involved in. And the Victoria Cup, no slouch, one of the big races actually. And we have got Delta Town Blues for this one. Over 3,000 in length at Victoria. Let's get stuck in. Right, so here we go, folks. We are on an outsider by a certain stretch or a certain degree. Obviously, 16 runners in this race, though, so probably not too much of an outsider. 10th place. Anything can happen in long distances as well. Likes to track the lead runners, too. So, you know, ideal for us. Obedience not good. Spirit either. Well, Spirit's a bit poor. Spirit and Fade, though, are promising. So that does help us. Obviously, we'll take a look at the favourite as well. It'd be remiss of us not to. Grand Croix, the favourite. My goodness me. 94 rated. This horse is an absolute... It's just world class. Likes to sit in behind the midfield runners and behind the leaders as well. Obedient, Spirit, Spirit and Soft. Very, very strong. Could probably even mess around as a rear runner as well. It can do it over D. It's got Gary Hansen in the saddle. If this horse doesn't win, I will be shocked. I'll be shocked, but you never know. We'll give it a go. Right, here we are. Delta Sign Blues. Let's do it. Good start. Remember, this is a long race, folks. We just need to settle the horse down into a nice rhythm. Of course, many of these horses, while this is a Group 2, they will take part in Group 1 action as well, especially the favourite Grand Croix. I mean, that is a phenomenal-looking animal, I have to say, and a worthy favourite, no question. 94 rated, everybody. Wow. See, with Gary Hansen in the saddle, there is very little that can really stop us. Well, stop him, I think, from really ascending to the front. But we'll do our best, obviously. I mean, that's rule of thumb when you're a jockey. You know, you've got to do your best, ultimately. But we'll see how it goes. Anything can happen, as they say. But we'll see. Currently sat now, making our way down the long straight. Just cruising behind the front runners. Quite happy to wait our turn to make our move. Just trying to save a little bit of stamina as well. Give the horse a little nudge on now this time. Got at the moment approximately 7 furlongs to run. Coming into the final 6 furlong mark now. A few other horses starting to make movements. This is a very long distance race. This is 3,000 metres in total. I mean, when we talk about 1,600, you're talking a mile in distance when you talk 1,600 metres. So 8 furlongs in total. This, in fact, obviously 3,000, you're thinking, well, if you apply 2 1,600s, you get 3,200. So we're talking just under 2 miles. So 1 mile, 8 furlongs by all intents and purposes. And now the horses are starting to make moves. I think we should probably do the same. Let's see if we can just run along the inside rail. We've got plenty of room around us. So we'll see if we can cook up a storm here late on. Got a little bit of juice left in the tank. Come on, Delta Time Blues. Let's try and chase down a 10th place. We get 11th. Not the worst, not the best. Probably could arguably do better, but it is what it is. Grand Croix and Gary made their move just at the right time to win the race. Obviously, no surprises there from Peter Morgan. Grand Croix, the winner. Relaxed Rules, obviously finishing in second. You're talking 2 of the top jockeys there, Gary Hansen, Lance Hamilton, a 1-2 in the Victoria Cup. Okay, folks, so the final week of March, week 4. We've got 3 rides at Bologna, all on the second day. Legendary Whip in the Class D, over 2,200. I think that might be a horse that may struggle in that one. But we'll move on to Class B handicap as well with Importanza Basim. Could be a contender over 1,200. And then we have the Spicer Handicap. A G3 race, Vidana is the horse that we're going to be running as. Fairly well rated, 1,800 is the distance. So you never know, we could cause a shock at Bologna this time. Maybe even nail together a second G-Race win? Let's find out. Right, so kicking things off over 2,200, it is Legendary Whip. Fails in the starting aspect, but we could probably pick up the pieces on that. Fade as well goes against it, but Spurt and left stride looking, or the long stride looking pretty strong. And over firm ground, we could use every little bit of that long stride here this time. So maybe the ground will help us. We'll wait and see. Obviously, likes to be at the back. We'll try and leave it till the very last minute. Maybe pick up towards the end. We'll wait and see. Maybe go a little bit earlier than planned. I'll have to sort of read the room as we make our way through the course of the race. The favourite for this one, Counter Heart, 62 rated. Definitely looks a worthy favourite. Claude Lagrange. Lagrange? I think it's Claude Lagrange in the saddle. Never really seen much of Claude Lagrange in previous renditions of G1 Jockey, but a horse here is Counter Hearts, and I'm sure will stand a great chance of winning this one. The jockey, of course, really decently statted as well, but Obedience, Spirit and Spurt go against this one, so I'm wondering if that may pay dividends in our favour. We'll wait and see. Let's go home now. We had a little bit of fuel left in the tank with this horse. Whether I can just slip through down the inside of this group, we just get caught a little bit. It's going to knock us quite a bit back. Not a great run. Expected to come fifth. We actually finished double beyond that. Peter Morgan understandably not happy. Duke Cinema got the win. Right, Importanza Basin predicted to come second in this race over this Class B 1200 distance, cloudy conditioned firm race that we're going to be bringing. Obviously firm ground for the horses to deal with. Toughness and Spirit go against it, but the Fade in its pocket likes to lead, so we'll try and do that for it, but more than less likes to feature just in behind the front runners. Black Dune is the favourite for this particular race. 63 rated. I don't think there's much between this horse and ours. Bill Maxwell in the saddle. Obedience and Spurt goes against it. Power, Spirit and Fade in its pocket, and it's going to be leading from start to finish. So we need to really hassle this horse and give it a run for its money. We're going to have to. We've got no choice. Getting caught out as well at the moment, so I need to ideally get myself on the inside rail. We're going at a fairly strong gallop at the moment. Let's try and pick up the pace, see if we can cause a stir at the last minute. Just creeping up the inside rail. Okay, here we go. Come on. Come on. You've got enough, haven't you? You've got enough. Come on. Oh, second. So close up towards the line. I think the favourite just managed to nick it. Bill Maxwell, I think he counted his lucky stars there. Right, so more group action. Spicer handicap, and I must say I like the horse we've got. Third favourite for this one. Obedient, Spirit starting soft. All go for it. No Achilles heels, which is what I like to see. Let's have a look at the favourite, because obviously it's got to be a good one to beat this horse. Shoot the Breeze, and it is a good one. Obviously this horse likes to be towards the rear. If it gets an uncomfortable run, though, making its way through the pack, you never know. This race could be turned on its head. Obviously Nigel Withers in the saddle. Not the most confident of riders. So you never know. We could potentially outsmart him. What about Sometimes Exciting? Second favourite, and with Adam Friedrich in the saddle. But not too distantly rated higher than us. I think we still have a great chance. In fact, we are better rated than him. And this is the ideal distance. This horse can more than easily enough make the trip. And it's only a 4-year-old colt. Plenty of growth left in this one. Could potentially reach a 70 rating. Though 69 probably... large, and certainly by and large its highest rating it'll get to, but we'll have to give it a perfect race really to make this work. Bologna now, Vidana in the stalls, and we're away. Lovely start, lovely getaway, just what you want at this level. And push the pace up just a little bit. We're going to try and track these lead runners. Sit just in front of this horse on our inside line. I think this is actually the place where we want to be. Good start here for Vidana, I must say. I'm really pleased with this. We can just go with a steady gallop. No need to get ourselves caught up in chaos just yet. 4 furlongs to go. Now into the final 3. This is where heat's about to turn up now this time. Put the stick in my left hand, I think, for this one. Got an idea. Got an idea. There's the favourite. did find a way after all. Come on, Verdana. Come on, Verdana. Oh, why did it change hands all of a sudden? That is bizarre. Third place, where we were expected, but we suddenly changed hands right at the end of the straight. Peter Morgan, well, you did pretty much what was expected of you. I suppose I can't ask for more with this horse. Shoot the Breeze, of course, getting the win with Nigel Withers. I wasn't sure whether Shoot the Breeze was actually going to take that one, if I'm honest. I actually felt we were well placed. I kind of think we bottled that one, in all honesty. Slanging Match, though, really outperformed beyond expectations. Obviously, Rizzo in the saddle, bringing together a P2, being predicted 9th at the start of the race. Sometimes exciting, disappointing for Adam Friedrich, down in 5th at the end of that race. So the Spice Handicap going Shoot the Breeze's way. So, we got news from Steph Thompson. Are you here, George? The trainer's looking for you. He wants a chat. So, Peter Morgan basically saying he wants to talk to us about raising a maiden horse. Something that usually the nurseries apparently perform, but we're given the responsibility. So, obviously, every year we get to create a new horse to run in the game, basically run it under our colours. So, that's exactly what we're going to do. But you'll find out what that horse is going to be called, who the horse is, how it's rated, the stats, everything. We'll take a look at that in the next episode, so you want to make sure you tune in for that. So, folks, that is the end of the episode, but before we get down to saying our goodbyes, let's take a look at the jockeys table here after the end of March. We have got Gary Hansen on the top step at the moment with 22 wins against his name. Certainly one of the top jockeys, and as I mentioned, the top 3 generally in G1 Jockey are Gary Hansen, Lance Hamilton, Charlie Cholwin, and that's exactly where they are now. Though Charlie Cholwin always historically has been the better out of the 3, but I think Lance Hamilton could be the one to beat, I think, come to the end of this campaign. Obviously, he came out like a train after G1 Jockey 1, coming out as an apprentice, then later storming to the front for future races, and I'm sure that is going to be certainly a progression chart that we'll see right through the course of our story mode here as well on G1 Jockey for 2008. In terms of where we are right now, of course, we got 3 wins under our belt. We are ahead of Kristen Heydrich and also behind Georges Valin as well. We've managed to knit together 3 wins, 3 second places, 2 thirds as well, with 6 others. Winning percentage stands at 21.4%, and we've got just over 7.75 prize money as well. So we made some really good progress in that department. Obviously, Nick Thompson, Frederick Thorpe in front of us too. Obviously, we need to try and move into that 4th page. Obviously, Brian Thomas, more wins than us at the moment. He's got 4 next to his name at the moment. I'm not sure where everyone else is at the moment in terms of accrued wins. I'm not seeing any other of the students any higher than ourselves and Brian at the moment. So, yeah, it looks like we've got the monopoly in this case. Colin Baldwin's there with 2. Obviously, where else can we search for others? I'm just trying to see. I'm not seeing Hannah. Oh, there she is. Hannah Davis still chasing for her first race win. She's had a couple of seconds and a third as well, but still chasing that elusive first victory. But she's knocking on the door, so shouldn't be too far away, you'd fathom. But there we have it. More stories to tell, folks. So, folks, that brings an end to our show here today. Brings an end to episode 2. Massive thank you to all of you for tuning in. We finally got that elusive G-Race win, folks. It eventually came, and what a result it was too. Fair spoken, delivering the goods. If you haven't done so already, please make sure that you leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Stay up to date with future content as well, folks. We're going to keep bringing you this series as well. Pretty much 1 video a week. I think that's how we're going to make it work. So you can stay up to date with when we post one by hitting the subscribe button, also leaving a like. And also, why not comment? Let me know what your thoughts were on the videos so far. We'd really love to get your thoughts. But, folks, it has been a privilege, a pleasure. Thank you all so much. It was fair spoken on this day that clinched our first G-Race victory. But how many more can we coop? Can we get to that G1 spot? Let me know. Goodbye. With 3 furlongs left to run in the Bologna Sprint Stakes, now wide clear, making a move down the inside, but it's now being challenged and disputed up at the front of the order by Glowing Nation as they now take the turn for home. Jack Fletcher giving Golding's Red an unbelievable run now in the middle of the pack, and now starts to hit the front and driven along as they now take the charge up towards the line. Here comes the favourite as well, Fair Spoken, challenging Golding's Red. Fair Spoken wins the Bologna Sprint.